What up, what up, what up? All right, it's the Black Fathers Conference Black Husbands Conference as we continue 2021. We have the women of God that speak into our lives. As a black husband, I want you to introduce yourself and introduce your wife. My name is Canton Jones. This is my wife, Ramona Jones, a black wife. No, I'm just you can go ahead, bro.
I'm Kevin.
Use your mic. They can't hear you.
I'm Kevin, better known as GCS, and my wife is Willetta Jean Halsey.
My name is Michael, better known as Preach, and this is my wife, Kiana Harris.
All right, so this portion is the perspective of the wife and how necessary it is to not just have a girlfriend or a woman, but a wife, and the level of commitment, that we're in as husband and wives. That's another level of commitment. I said in my, in one of the sessions that, being a male nowadays, committing to say I am a man is one level of commitment nowadays. Yeah. The next level of commitment, I am a father. I will take care of my kids. And definitely another level of commitment is I am a husband, because you can be a father without being a husband. Yeah. And so I want you ladies to kind of take the lead in this conversation about your part and what you see the difference in having just a man and having a husband.
Man, I would have to say, as a black wife, as you put it, having a husband is one thing, because we've never been estranged, and I've never had a husband before you, of course, or a baby daddy or anything like that. So having you around as a black husband, as a black father, I think is so important, because I can't imagine doing what we do with our kids. We have 3 boys and a girl, so especially with the 3 boys, not having you around or not having you in the house, it's different when you're, I can tell the boys, go call your dad, and, be, some kind of discipline happen at that point. But when you're in a house, you can interject and you can be a part of their lives all the time, 24 hours a day. It doesn't even matter if you're traveling or if you, you're on at your job or whatever, you are still in the house. So I think it's so important that you are a black husband and a black father at the same time.
Wow. Ladies?
It's important to me just based on having companionship. You having a black husband in the household with kids, and even with this past couple of years with the pandemic, I don't see how anybody could have been alone right now. And just having a husband to be around for support, whether you communicating and having someone to talk to help discipline the kids, help cook, clean, anything, going back and forth, doing your daily routine, just to put yourself in a mindset where you have to do that alone is difficult. So
bounce ideas off of.
Yeah. So we have music that we do together, like all of that stuff. Without having my husband around, I don't think I would be doing what I'm doing right now. So that husband is very, very important.
All right, Miss Kiki.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the ladies, both ladies. Just keeping it 100, I've had the experience of both. I've been a single mother, and I'm a wife. So in the beginning, I actually went through stages. So I do understand physically and spiritually why a husband is necessary. Being a single mom during that time, I went through the stage of being a baby mama. And that title gets earned simply because of the drama that's intertwined, the experiences of trying to co-parent. And that was a struggle in the beginning. Co-parenting was a very deep struggle. But then when I grew spiritually more at that time, then that's when I became the single mother, because I knew how to continue to mother without including the drama, without including, high expectations of co-parenting. And so when my husband and I got together, he helped me to see the importance of having order in the home. because by me having been a single mother for a while, I wanted to lead. I wanted to be the head. I was used to being independent. I was used to doing everything on my own. So it took me growing even more spiritually to realize what my place was in the home and allow him to take his place in the home. So it's important because, and not to carry it too long.
No, go. You're good. This is good stuff.
But I understood the difference because by me having had a child that was not his, I had to do a lot more emotionally for her, and I had to do a lot more, how do I put it? I had to do a lot more for her physically, as well, like loving on her. Mm-hmm. Emotionally, I had to do more loving on her because with, like you ladies said, he and I, if I'm tired, I'm like, hey, talk to your dad. Right. Daddy, handle it. If he's tired, hey, mommy, handle it. But when at that time when I only had her, and I had to figure things out in a different way. So having the husband in the home, he brings the structure, he brings that authority, and he gives that balance that I was missing prior to.
Now I grew up with both parents. Did you grow up with both parents in the home?
For a short time.
Okay, and did you grow up with both? I grew up with both mine. Okay, so I think that is a huge difference too. Just seeing a dad in the home, seeing a husband in the home, helps you to realize, exactly how important that really is. I can't imagine my mom even doing. It was 4 of us. I can't imagine her doing that by herself. That's amazing that, it kind of rubbed off on all of us because we saw it growing up.
And Kiki said something about being a single mother, first being a baby mama, mm-hmm. then being a single mother, and then transitioning into a wife. I want to ask the ladies, and this is gonna be cool, and we're gonna end it with this. All right, we're gonna end this like this. You have an opportunity to put on display how you speak into the lives of or the life of your husband. Some people don't know how to do that. Sometimes there's always competition between the two. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're in a relationship where you be like, where the husband say, you all right, and you supposed to get I love you out of that. Right. You're supposed to get, or yeah, when he crosses legs like this, that means he like you. You got to get out, you got to read signs because he a robot, or if he scratches right here, that means he don't like you or he mad. No. And so, because you got to learn how to communicate, and that was one of the things that I had to do to speak my mind without becoming confrontational all the time. Just say, like one of my big things was, you'll never know that I'm hurt. I never tell you that. That was like I ain't gonna never let nobody know that if you hurt me to my heart, you'll never see it. And so one of the big things to me personally was to tell my wife, man, that hurt, man. That hurt, or I felt like this, and just put my feelings out there. And I've grown because of that. But I want you guys, and this is my wife is gonna be the last voice that you hear on this Black Husband segment right here. But I want you to show the world how you speak into the life of a man. That is your husband, not just any man. That is your husband. How do you speak into his life, or how do you compliment him or tell him who he is? One of the things I had a lot of things, but one of the things that I feel like the woman can do, when Jesus was in the wilderness, he'd been tested by the devil. He was hungry, tired, and the Bible says the angels came and ministered to him. I feel like, one, they gave him food. The other thing is they start to tell him, because he probably was so delusional and so tired and so, oh my God, just tripping because he was a man, that the angels came to tell him who he was. You are the Son of God. You are the Prince of Peace. You're the Savior of the world. You're the Messiah. Start to tell him who he was and give him food. So sometimes when a man come home from work, yeah, it's good to get some food, but sometimes you got to encourage him for going to work. And so I believe that that's an ability of a wife A baby mama can't do that. Excuse my language, a hoe can't do that. You know, because you don't value them words. You know what I'm saying? You can get that from anybody that wants something, because everybody from there talks with a motive. If I say this to you, you know, if I call you baby, if I call you sweetheart, you know, there's a motive there. You want something. But a wife is a covenant. What's mine is yours, what's yours is mine. We're together. So I want y'all, ending with my wife, to speak into your husband. We can't say nothing. Just speak into his life. And we're putting on display how a woman should, like, you know, don't call me big head and tell me that's the way I compliment you. You know, because some people do that. You know, you hear big head, all you're like, oh, you big head. And they say a little flirty, but you never really hear I love you, or you never really hear what you mean. You just hear something that I'm supposed to assume. And so we're putting on display true love, and then we're done. All right? So who's going to go first?
I'll go first.
Me. Don't cry, bro.
So I will start with a word of advice, and that's to all wives out there. Encourage the small things. Don't wait for the raise. Don't wait for the big promotion or something like that to want to be like, congratulations. I commend my husband when he kill bugs at the house. So like, get him, babe. Get him. Get that bug, babe. I love, yes, kill him. He don't need to be here. Yes.
Yeah.
Do encourage the small things. Even when we're in the bed, I tell him I love him. I'm proud of you. I tell you all the time how much you mean to me, regardless of, even if it's not spoken, I tell you by touch that I love you. And I'm proud of you all the time. No matter what it is you doing, whether you just on the phone playing Contest of Champions, I'm proud of you for being #1 in the world on Angry Birds. You my G. I love this dude, and I'm gonna say that PG-13, that I love you. I love you. I love you.
Awesome.
That was beautiful. I don't know why we the only ones that's gonna have more babies. You know what I'm saying? But we done.
Right.
I've thrown these on 285. But it was something that you said about communication. I'm stupid big on communication, and my husband knows that. I'm like that. Period. But I do honor my husband very, very much. Especially, you know, you hear the conversation in the beginning. You know, it's no secret he's been to prison. So to come from that to being a true man of God, it took me speaking into his life. And I'm thankful that God trusted me enough to be able to give his word to him. Because you can see sometimes people will come from a situation like that, and it's like things remain the same. You know, they come from prison, can't get a job, and just give up on it. But for my husband, I'm proud of him because you've overcome so many obstacles that has tried to come in front of us to tell us no, that we together we're not going to go any further. And I thank you for standing up against everything that has tried to be a block for us, or just tried to block the blessings and things like that. You know, you've even had to come up against family, and that's very, very hard to do. You know, we've had to come up against just all types of adversity. And I'm thankful for you being true to God and being true to God's word. Because the one thing that you wanted from when we first started was, I want a family, and I want to be the father that my father did not get the opportunity to be. And I'm thankful for that, because my husband even didn't meet his father face to face until 2016. And my husband before that had this thought, when I see him, it's over with, you know. But I had to talk to him even then to say, we shouldn't carry it on like that. No matter what you were told about your father, get the opportunity to hear his side, meet with him and connect, because that is his blood running through your veins. And by us having children, that means his blood is running through their veins. And I strongly wanted to know, and I encouraged him to meet his father because I wanted him to understand his heritage. I wanted him to understand what his legacy is supposed to look like. And by you having that opportunity to meet with your father, it broke some things that were trying to remain generational curses. And I just, what else am I trying to say? It's just, I love so much about you because of your heart. Very giving. Like, even if it's, the last shirt that he has, you'll give it off your back, and I know that. Even for a complete stranger. Just to know that someone's life had an opportunity to change. And I thank you for being the father that you are, because in the beginning I had, the experience of being a single mother. And when you came into my life and fathered our children, I'm like, wow, now I see the mirror image of my father in heaven, because, my earthly father and my father in heaven, because any need that I have, my father takes care of it. Any need that our children have, you take care of it. And I just honor you for that. So.
Wow.
All right. Well.
This bomb. You ain't did nothing.
You ain't did nothing. No. I am thankful that you've always taken care of us. And as a black husband, as a black father, even going through the church hurt and, family going on to heaven and all of that, you always kept us in the forefront of your mind. And I know that was very hard because all of that was happening all at once. Dealing with family that were sick at the time and, mentally, but you still kept us uplifted. And so as a husband, as a father, you get the gold medal for that one. I'm thankful, and I love everything about you, which is what attracted me to you in the first place, because the silliness and just all of it. I'm grateful that you are you, and you're not trying to be somebody else. That's the thing that I like. You weren't trying to put on the front so that you can get me or whatever, but you have been true to yourself. So I appreciate that you're real. You're a real guy. You're a real black husband. You're really black. But I'm thankful for that. And I just, again, to encourage other women, always speaking to your husbands' lives. I know we go through fights and there's some things that, we miss. We've learned some things. We've grown even just this past year, learning more about ourselves as mates and as parents. But what I want to say is, even in the midst of all of that, we still kept each other great for the world. I guess that's the best way to say it. We've had our faults, but we always kept it in the family. And we took care of it in the family. We didn't go and tell everybody else, well, he did this to me or that and this, and he failed. I will, again, like I said before, I will never let you be a failure. Not to the world, not to our kids, no matter what. We will work it out. So women, work it out with each other first. And then, I think that helped you grow as a man, grow as a husband as well. So I'm thankful that you are the magnificent, awesome man of God that you are, and I'm glad that you chose me. You could have chosen any of these other skanks, but you chose me, so I am grateful for that. And that's what I
it,
have.
man. Hey, I guess everybody getting ready to go have sex, but
you already knew what time it is.
we thank y'all for watching. We can't show y'all that part. That'll be called porn. But we really appreciate this opportunity to share with you. Much love. Thank you.